Hello, home talkers. How's it going? Come on in, you guys. We have a great project planned for you guys today. I think you're going to love it. It is a beautiful age painting technique. I'm going to actually show you probably 4 different aging techniques here. So my name is Kelly Wiler, and I am the owner of Girl UPCycled Studio. And you're here with me live today. And we are located in Zanesville, Ohio. So now that you guys know where I'm located, I would love to hear about where you're located and where you guys are from. So as you come rolling in, if you could please give me a shout out, let me know where you're from, okay? That's kind of how we all learn about each other, all right? So let's go ahead and get started since I have a lot going on, and then we'll just kind of chat a little bit as I'm working on the projects. I'm going to start off with the Iron Orchid Design molds, which I love. They're made of resin, and they're beautiful, thick molds. And I'm going to use a little bit of cornstarch, nothing fancy. And we're just going to go ahead and fill the molds really nice. We have people coming in.
We do.
All right. You guys give my sister a shout out too. She's helping me today. So thank you to her. So what you're going to do is you're going to get the paper clay, which is what I'm using. I just got this actually from Home Depot. You can probably get, not probably, I know you can. You can get paper clay directly from the Prima Marketing Company, which is where the Iron Orchid Design molds are from. And it's going to be just a nice quality of paper clay, I'm sure. So, but this has worked out fine for me. The one thing about the paper clay that I can tell you, and that I actually love about it, is it's very, very lightweight, okay? So I'm just pushing it all in there. It's very lightweight when it dries. And also, when it dries, it kind of gets some really nice hairline cracks to it. So I just have a little wooden stick here, craft stick is all it is, and I'm just going to scrape off any excess. It's okay that it's coming up on me. I'm not going to worry about that yet. I'm just going to basically get that excess off, and then I will mess around with it once I get it where I want it. So basically we just want to get that excess off, and then we want to go back and just push it down in, okay? I use these all the time, you guys. I love them so much. These are great not only for furniture, but you can use them on crafts. I've used them on the paper mache pumpkins. They were beautiful. I mean, you can do so much with these. So no matter if you're a furniture painter, a crafter, any kind of DIY, you can always add this element to your design, and it really just puts just a beautiful, beautiful designer's quality touch to your work. Okay? We have some really special things going on for you today, you guys, so you'll have to stay tuned. As always, Hometalk has a giveaway that they always do, and they always give away their awesome totes. So there will be a question coming up for that, so you want to stay tuned. And then I also have collaborated with them and have a wonderful offer for you. So that is going to be really kind of something very special, and it is a workshop that I've offered, online workshop. Look at that, you guys. Let me just show you this up close. See how easy that comes out? That's how easy it is. Isn't that pretty? Lots of detail, isn't it? Okay, so that's all it is for that. So we're going to pop on over, and I'm just going to use this same little brush here. Put it down here, and you guys can just use Gorilla Glue. This is just paper, so you can even just use Elmer's glue. That's all I'm going to use today. I usually use Gorilla Glue, and you just want to put this even coat out. Make sure you get your edges really, really well, okay? Are there any questions as we're going along? Where's everybody from?
There's no comments yet. I'm not seeing
Can't see
any.
the comments.
I see where a couple people have joined.
Can't see. There's we probably have a delay. Okay, so this I'm just going to work right up in there, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes we can't always see all the comments. So
San Antonio, Arizona,
hello,
Korea.
San Antonio. All right. So that is all that is, okay? And you want to make sure in particular that, and it's okay, some of that glue is mushing out. I'm not even caring about that, because my main thing is that I want my edges, excuse me, to be sealed down very nicely. Now, if you feel like it's not going to stay on for you, it feels like it's going to be okay. I'm just, for the sake of time, I'm going to keep moving. But you can just take some painter's tape and just very lightly adhere it around here, and then just let it dry overnight. Ideally, I would like to let this dry before I paint. However, you can go ahead and paint these while they're still wet. They're perfectly fine. So the main thing is that you remember that they're wet and that you're not going to do any damage to them, okay? So that's probably the hardest part, is just remembering that you still have a wet product on there. And I'm going to push that up underneath there a little bit. Okay, so that's that. Easy, easy peasy, right, guys? And then the next thing we're going to do, using the DIY paint line, this is from Debbie's Design Diary, I'm going to use the color Weathered Wood as my base coat, okay?
You want to talk about the promo code?
Yes, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I totally got sidetracked, didn't I? Thank you. Yep. So let me just show you how I'm going to start painting this. And I just slopped it, but basically that's kind of what we're doing. We just want to kind of slop it on there, and we're going to kind of do a cross hatching. Very sloppy, but it's very quick cross hatching. But yes, you guys, so what I was getting ready to tell you, I have a special offer that I've collaborated with the Hometalk team, and we are going to do a 50% off exclusively for the Hometalkers. This is just for all of you watching at Hometalk, okay? 50% off of my Paint Like a Pro workshop, okay? I have never had that sale like that before, you guys, so this is really, really cool stuff, and I'm so excited about it. So you will learn 2 separate paint techniques, one being a faux wood finish, which everybody, especially if this is something you do very much, you really need to know how to make a faux wood look. And then we're going to be careful while we paint this because it's still wet. And then you will also learn my most popular and most sought after paint finish that I do in-house, and it is the one that I get all the calls from Pinterest for. Everybody's wanting to know how to do it, so I went ahead and made a video, and that's how the workshop kind of became in existence. And it's absolutely beautiful, you guys. It matches so many different styles, anything from bohemian chic to shabby chic to farmhouse to, gosh, what else? Elegant Tuscan. That will match anything. So now, that is not what I'm showing you right here today. You'll have to get my Paint Like a Pro workshop to get that. So, okay, guys? So keep that in mind. All right. So that is the first step, right? I know it looks like it's haphazardly put on. That is the key to it. That's how you want to apply that. It's kind of like a cross-hatching method. Okay, and we're going to pop over. I've got this all done in increments for you, and I've got little notes written here just so we can keep track. So we're going to do a combo on this one, and it's going to be a combo of wax, glue, and then we're going to do a combination application of the actual paint color. So it'll be kind of interesting and probably not something that you've seen before, maybe. Okay, so you like my trick how I just did that with a little bit of chalk? That was pretty nifty.
Magic.
Okay, so guys, what we're going to do, we're going to get some wax. This is just plain wax that you get from, I don't know, you can probably get it from the tractor store, I think is where I may have gotten this. And it makes it really easy. You can get a cheese grater. Now the cheese graters come in different sizes. This is a very, very fine one, so you can get a texture using it very fine. You can get a cheese grater that has like really thick pieces that come off of it, or you can just kind of cut, let me just do it down here. You can just cut chunks off of it too, which is what I've already done. So you can see the different sizes. We have the big chunks, and then we have the real small fine, okay? So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna kind of hold this in my hand a little bit so the warmth from my fingers are warming this up a little bit, okay? I don't want it completely melted, but I do want it warm. And I'm just going to hold it on there to where it sticks. See that? Okay, and we're gonna, I personally like the big chunks. And there's no rhyme or reason to this, just, you can see I'm putting a lot of pressure on it. There we go. You want it to kind of stick on there, okay? And I do like the big chunks, and I do like to hit the corners some.
Does the humidity in the air have anything to do with the way this would adhere?
The humidity would, well, it should be, I mean, I don't think it's going to mess with it. Now, it will keep my paint from drying as much, but this should stick on here because this base coat that I put on is really, really porous, and it really does stick pretty well. Now, it's a little bit harder to get the fine stuff on there. Okay, so I think you guys get the drift, right?
That looks like the fun part.
It is. Well, it's all fun. To be quite honest, it is all fun. So, okay, let's do, I'm going to do a little bit over here. Okay, and then I'm going to go on to the next one. I just got my hand in paint. That happens, right? Some of it's fallen away, the real fine stuff, but like I said, you'll find a way. Once you start doing this, you'll kind of get a good feel for it. And it's rather warm in here today, so it's really not taking it long to soften to where it's sticking there. And it's going to look like a mess, guys. That's good. That's what we're wanting. We are going for a very aged, a very distressed look. Okay, and now we're going for some glue. Now, you guys may have already seen this before, I'm not sure. This is just simply Elmer's glue that we're going to use just to get a little bit of crackle, okay? Now I'm just going to do some thin layers. And here's the thing about how I like to apply for a crackle finish. I do not like to do an all-over crackle finish. I like to just hit it in specific places and then go on my way, because naturally when things age and they start to crackle on their own, a lot of times it's when it's been maybe sitting where it's been hit by the sun or a little bit of heat or something like that. So it's not normal to see a piece. You've seen pieces where they've been completely covered in crackle. That's not really naturally how a piece would age. So you always want to think about that when you're working with a piece and you're trying to age it, okay? You want to think naturally, like how would this have naturally aged, okay? All right, so we're going to do that. I'm going to take this over here. Now, I'm going to grab a plate real quick. Now I'm going to show you, this is the fun part, guys. We were talking about the fun part. This is it. So we're going to do a paint application. Maybe, if I can get the paint out. These little, by the way, you guys, this is mermaid tail. Those of you that follow my page, you know how much I love mermaid tail. It's one of my favorite colors. It is one of my favorite. It is very pretty. Okay, now we've got Fancy Farm Girl, and we're going to make 2 lines, okay? 2 lines. Okay, now going to grab my handy dandy. Let's see. Let's just use this one. I'm going to grab my brush and I'm going to apply one side in the blue, one side in the green, right? And it's going to be pretty messy, but that's how I want it. And we're going to start pulling it down the leg. Okay, and we want to go right over that chunky wax that we just created, okay? It's scary, but it's fun. But don't be scared, because I promise you, you guys, this is the most beautiful paint technique when it's done. Now, really important, when you go to reapply the paint, you want to always go back and with the same side on the blue and the same side on the green. And if you notice in the middle, you'll see a little bit of another, like a third color that's combining with the two, that's like more of a lighter turquoise, and that's perfectly fine. I love that about using this method. Okay? So we're gonna cover it. Yes, it's gonna look a little crazy town, like you're going a little crazy, but it's okay. I promise. I need to remember that that's not on there tight. That could have been messy, huh? I don't want to get my sister covered in paint since she's here helping me today.
It's happened before.
Or maybe I do.
Yes.
Hey, it could be. No, I'm just teasing. I would never do that to my sis. Okay, so we want to go.
We've got some people from Australia that's popped in.
Hello, Australia. Does anybody have any questions? Has anybody tried this before? Just curious.
Maybe a little reminder from those people who just popped in what we're doing here.
Yes. Okay, so we are doing an aged paint technique. And I am showing, I'm probably going to be, when it's all said and done, there's going to be 4 different techniques that you will have learned. So those of you that came in late, please tell me your name, tell me where you're coming in from, and if you guys love what you're seeing, if you could give me some hearts and some likes. If you go down into the comment section, you'll see one side has the like and the hearts, and then on the other section there's a little share button. You can hit that share button. Sorry, I'm going to move this for you.
Yep, that's good.
Hit that share button and share this out, and then you'll see all of your friends will come rolling in. So it's kind of cool. You can kind of hang out and watch this with your friends. And I'll get the underneath. Well, it'll only take me a second. Let me get that real quick.
And I see Debbie Beard just popped in.
Debbie, hi Debbie.
And if you want to do a reminder with your promo
Yes.
code again.
So very special offer going on right now. I have a collaboration with the Hometalk team that we are offering only for you home talkers, only for you watching this. You can get 50% off of the Paint Like a Pro workshop, okay? You guys, it is an amazing workshop. It is going to teach you 2 professional finishes, something completely different than what I'm doing now. It's a beautiful finish that will match any kind of decor, from elegant Tuscan, shabby chic, bohemian, you name it. It's going to match all of those styles. It is my best-selling paint technique that I do in-house, and you can only learn that here from me or online workshop. So you get 50% off. It normally runs $42, you guys, so you're getting it's a great deal, like 21 bucks, right? So great deal. All right, let's do this again, guys. We're going to go over on this side. This is what it looks like when it's done. Okay. Also, I just wondered, we've got a giveaway too going on that I haven't mentioned yet. So we have a canvas tote that Hometalk's giving away, and the question for that is, what piece of furniture would you like to paint? Okay, it could be something you have painted or that you want to paint, so just put that in there and you could possibly win one of those cute little totes that are great for everything.
Nice.
Okay, So let's get back to business here. This one,
this.
I've got this written down. So again, we're going to apply wax and the glue again, and then we're going to go with a white tone. And the color that I'm going to apply this time is called Beadboard from Debbie's Design Diary DIY paint. This is an all-natural clay-based paint, you guys. And no VOCs with this. It's just beautiful, it's thick, it's yummy. And again, as I showed you earlier with the wax, we've broken up some wax. Like I said, if you use a cheese grater, it is the best way, I think, to get chunks of the wax to come out easily. You can do a real fine grade, you can do a real thick grade. And what's going to happen, you guys, all of this wax is going to keep any paint from adhering to the piece of furniture, and it's just going to make this beautiful, beautiful finish. So I'll show you once we get to the next section. So we're just going to apply this in random sections. Now when I do, whoops, I put my hand in that wet paint. When I do this, I like to do this in the layers that I'm showing you, because when you see a piece that is naturally aged, it's not all aged usually on the surface. Usually you see like years of undertones. You'll see an undertone of chipping. You'll see an undertone of crackling. So that's what we're recreating, okay? Any questions out there, guys? Anybody? Let's see. Push that on there. And it's just, you're just using the heat from your hands. It's pretty warm today, so it's really actually not taking too long. Okay, so I think we're good with that. Now we're gonna, let's get rid of this. Let's get that out of the way. And let's go back to the glue. Simply Elmer's glue, okay, is all we're using. And again, I wanna hit a little bit on the sides. And again, like I said earlier, I don't like repeating, I don't like a pattern on the glue. I like it to be very abstract when I apply this, because naturally when something crackles, it's not, the whole thing usually is not crackled. So we're just trying to duplicate what maybe the sun, like if something had sat in the sun and it's crackled. Okay, so that is done. We're gonna set that aside. We'll get a new plate, and then we're gonna go with beadboard. Okay, and let's see, I'm gonna wet my brush just a smidgen because it's so, see how thick the paint is, guys? So if you want to just slightly wet it down just a little bit. I don't want this too wet. Now what'll happen if you get this too wet, you'll create a wash. And that's not what I'm trying to do today. I'm not trying to do a wash. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cover this. And I wanna keep in mind, there we go. I got too much water right there.
Someone asked again where you got the wax.
The wax is from Debbie's Design Diary. I love it. It is, oh, you mean the, you know, I haven't used the top wax. The wax just came from, like, I don't know, farmers, yeah, like a farmer's store, or, yeah, I'm sorry, I was thinking furniture wax when you said that. Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Premium.
Just a, like a, yeah, just a candle wax. Nothing, any kind of wax will work for this. You could probably even use, if you had a candle that didn't have color in it, that would probably work. So yeah. So let's go back over here. And you guys don't have to be too, you know, this is a kind of a messy look that we're doing, so it doesn't have to be too perfect. Okay. There we go. All right. So So you can see it right there, guys. It's already starting to crackle. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
See it? Now you can, I'm going to hit it, and I won't have this on very long because I know we're live and it's annoying, but I want to hit it with a dryer so you can see. Now you can control the crackle too. If you put the paint on thicker, it's going to make your cracks thick. If you put it on thinner, it'll be thinner. Your little cracks will be thinner. And I like to mix it up a bit. I don't like it all to look the same, so you guys, did you get a close-up of that?
I did.
Okay.
And I'll come in
And
here
there's
again.
some more.
Just kind of like on your
So it's kind of fun to watch.
Yep.
Very good, very good. So how's everybody today? You having good weather? Because well, it's been storming here, like bad, right, sis?
It has been all day.
It's like, oh no. I mean, electrical storm, as in on my way here, there were trees in the road. So I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I hope I can get there, you know, in one piece and on time and all that to do this show.
We had a question about your workshop. Somebody
Yes.
wanted to know if that was going to be live or recorded.
It is already recorded. It is on my website at girlupcycledstudio.com. It's called Paint Like a Pro. It is a half-hour long, and it is a very, very detailed, professionally made show, and you guys will love it. It is, like I said, it is a really high-end look. It is something that if you're a crafter, you DIYer, if you do furniture, or even just, you could do this even on home decor. It's for you. That's who that would be for. People that are in the business, this is the style that I can paint and the finish that I can paint. If I'm having trouble selling a piece, I put that finish on it and out the door it'll go. People love it. I kid you not. Okay, guys. If there's any more questions, just let me know. And the question of the day was, what kind of furniture would you like to paint? That's the question to win the tote. So you want to make sure that you get in on the freebie that Hometalk is giving away. Okay, so now you guys, we are ready to work on the top of this. You can see that I already have places. I have all the chunks of wax on there. I have the different cracks going on here and there along the way. Very subtle in places, but to me, that's how it naturally is, okay? So now I'm gonna take, see that? I'm just gonna take this little putty knife here, and I'm just gonna run it across here, and this is where we're going to get that wax, and see how it's just kind of chipping right off? And all those yummy colors are showing. I love this part, you guys. It's so gratifying. I love it. This is the, well, I don't know, like I said, it's all fun. This whole technique is fun to do. See some of the brown tone that I put on? Remember that very first coat, the dark brown? Some of it's showing through. It's very, very, it has a lot of dimension to it. A lot of just lovely, lovely interest.
I see Barry McFerrin joined.
Barry McFerrin, hello. Is there any other questions that anybody has about the paint technique, about, I don't know, about the weather? Those of you that have just joined in, if you could please tell us where you're coming in from, because I know a lot of you are probably just now catching it. Tell us where you're from, because that's how I learn about all of you, okay? We are located in Zanesville, Ohio, which is about an hour east of Columbus. But it's kind of fun to hear where you're all from. Okay, I'm liking it, guys. What do you think? Can I get some Can I get some hearts if you're liking it? There we go. All right, guys. Thank you. I feel another. You can kind of just slightly feel it on there. Now, what you can do as well is just take some fine sandpaper and just drag it over there as well. And that will also kind of knock off some of those pieces. Okay. Okay, guys. Let me just pop this right back up here. Let's see. Wait a minute. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I think that's all. There's, go ahead. Did you have a question?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. There is another way you can distress this further, and that is our next phase. So we hit it with, we've knocked off all those chunks of wax, we've sanded it just a smidgen, and now we're going to do what's called wet distressing. And that is, I'm sure you guys have probably seen this. This is really popular right now. See how that just pulled some of that paint right off? Now the key to that is once you wipe it, you want to flip your towel around, okay? If not, what will happen is your paints will start to kind of blend together because we are reactivating it with water. So we don't want it to blend, we just want to wipe some of it off to make it pop. Ooh, I'm loving that.
Well, that's good to know. That way it can be kind of random.
Yes, it is very random.
Mm-hmm.
I love using all of these techniques when I age a piece because I think it just gives it a little more authentic look. When I sand a piece, I usually use just a soft grid because I don't like it. I don't want all the scratches coming out. Let's do a little bit up here. Just kind of fade it out a little bit. Guess I could have done that down on the floor stuff.
Okay, if you'd like to mention the workshop again, we've got some more people that have joined.
Yeah, so we have worked together. Hometalk and myself have collaborated, and we have a very special offer just for Hometalkers that are watching this right now. And that is a workshop that I offer. It is called Paint Like a Pro, and it is a fabulous workshop. You'll learn 2 professional finishes, one of which is a faux wood look. So everybody that's either in the business or your DIYers, that's one that you will always use throughout, your DIY life, I guess you would want to say. Okay? All right, so I think we get the drift here. Anyway, you guys, to get the 50% off of the workshop, you will need to use a special code. You need to put in Hometalk when you check out. It's regular $42, so it's only like 21 bucks right now. Okay, last little stuff here, and we'll be done, guys. All you need to do is put a clear sealant on it, and I used clear liquid patina from the DIY, and I did that yesterday to help save us some time. And then I'm going to just go in. I've got clear mixed with a little bit of dark wax, and I'm just going to age it a little bit. And you can really control it if you add the clear in with it, okay? You can let it go as dark as you want, or you can just lighten it up. So I think it's going to be so pretty. And you know what? I may go back in. I'm pulling some off, but I may go back in and make it even a little bit darker than that. So, but you can see the difference between the stark whiteness and then with the detailing of the wax on it. So that is dark wax and clear wax that I have blended. So, okay, so I can show you guys, I've got a finished piece over here. I'll show you real quick before we pop out of here. This one I did much heavier on the dark wax. And then I also went ahead and did some little touches of metallic on the IOD molds, and just to help it pop. But isn't it cute? And I chose copper with that because it has a little copper inside of it. This is a smoker's stand, you guys. But see how all the little cracks? It looks authentic. It looks like it was always like that. So that's what we're going for, guys. Okay. All right, guys. So you guys need to make sure that you sign up so you get notices on the next live. There's going to be another one tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I believe, correct? And we need to find out who the giveaway.
The winner is Lori Mason.
Lori Mason, you are the winner. Congratulations, Lori. So they'll be sending you a little canvas tote bag. So, all right, you guys, well, my name is Kelly Wiler with Girl UPCycled Studio. Again, don't forget, you can get 50% off of the Paint Like a Pro workshop. So you need to use the code Hometalk, all right? I think that's it, guys, right? I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.